Hello people of the web and YouTube, Did Care, welcome back to Hack Time! Whoa! So okay guys, today's video is part 1 of a 2-part project, and with that said, let us get to this. As you can clearly tell by the title of the video already, no doubt, this is the planning stage. Now, in this stage, I'm just going to be talking about how we're going to be, doing this. I'm not actually putting it together, but I'm just going to show you that this does actually work, and by the next video, I will go a little bit more in depth with what you need to do in order to get this working 100% flawlessly. Now, as you can see by the short little clips I'm throwing up here on the screen now, this indeed does work, and I have to say it works fairly well. It's not the way you're supposed to do it, but I think it actually might be good for my usage. Now, what I mainly want to use this little bench power supply for is, testing out LEDs, and as you can see here, I got this little, I would like to call it a lamp, but it's not a lamp, it's just a fake book cover. I put some lights on it, and I put a little DC jack here to, power it up, and it looks like my battery fell asleep. That's not good for demonstration reasons. But as you can see, it does work, it's portable, and the whole idea here is I'm going to use the ATX, power supply to power up this unit from the wall essentially, and whenever I want to go mobile with it, I just pull it right off the tripod. I got a little magnet I have to attach here eventually that will allow me to stick this on my tripod, on my door, the metal door here, or pretty much whatever else that suits my needs. And I have to say, it makes for a great portable work light. But that lamp's for another video. Today, I'm just going to be talking about how I plan to set this bench power supply up. Now, since you can't really tweak the voltages with a potentiometer, you have to add your own step up, step down circuit to it. And as you can see here, this is what I plan on fitting in that little wooden box I showed off earlier if I have enough room. And with this, I'm going to extend the potentiometer here out to the outside of the case. That way I can change the voltages on the fly, allowing me to get higher voltages than just the standard 12, 5, and 3 volt, which is what you get out of a normal computer power supply if you didn't know that. And in my case, everything seems to work fairly well. The 12 volt is exactly 12 volt, the 5 volt is exactly 5 volt, and the 3 volt is exactly 3.3 volt. And I have to say, I'm probably gonna split this up into 12 separate connectors for 12 volt, even though there ain't 12 connectors, there's only 5. So I'm probably gonna have 4 12 volt connections, 3 5 volt, and then maybe 2 3.3 volt DC outputs, and I plan on putting onto the outside of the box. And that's hoping that it works. That's not the way you're supposed to do it, but that's the plan anyway. And I do know this though, I do need to wire in the brown cable from the ATX power supply up to the orange 3.3 volt rails, or else I won't be able to output 3.3 volts and it will just shut off when I'm using it, which would suck. But yeah, with that said, to actually get a switch on this, I've already done that. As you can tell by the video, it's fairly simple. All you do is you cut the green wire and pretty much short it with any other black wire there, but I just used the standard 24 pin connector. I just used the black wire from that to connect my switch up, and the switch works fine. It's not the most perfect switch ever. To be honest, I would buy another switch in a heartbeat when I get the chance, but for something I recycled pretty much from an old wall light, I gotta say it's working pretty good so far, and it does fit my needs pretty good. And overall, I think this project's coming along, and hopefully it continues to keep coming along, and hopefully by the next video I'll have some cool, wood cutting action, and maybe we'll finish this damn project up. But yeah, for now, that's pretty much it for today's video. I just wanted to go over my plans for this device, and it's just to explain why I've been away for so long, pretty much. That whole project there is pretty much the reason why I've been away for so long. It's been stressing me out, and I just don't want to mess it up, and I have a lot of parts coming in the mail that will help make this thing look twice as more fancy than what it already is. But yeah, with that said, that's pretty much it for today's video, and until them parts show up and until I finish that wooden box, I probably won't come out with part 2 for a while, so I hope you guys stick around till then, because by the time I get this thing together, we're going to stress test the hell out of it, okay? I'm going to hook it up to my solar unit, and hopefully I don't blow the power supply. I'm not really too sure if that's going to work, considering my solar setup uses a modified sine wave inverter. But for those of you guys with experience in this field, let me know if a modified sine wave will have any effect towards the PSU for an ATX computer or whatever. If it does, then I won't do that, but if it don't, then I'm gonna plan on using this with my solar setup, even though it's kinda overkill. You don't really need all that to convert to 12, 5, and 3 voltage and stuff like that, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, guys, like I said, that's pretty much it for today's video, and overall, I hope you guys enjoyed it, because for now, I'm gonna leave this off here. DTPK, signing off. Peace. Gotta be damn careful with weaponry in this game, because like one shot with the rocket launcher killed. In my case, I ended up using just 2 bolts and a nut, or 2 bolts and a few nuts, in fact.